Hey, how are we going, guys? Welcome to another East Coast Camp Chasers video. I'm going to talk about op shop finds. Been doing a little bit of op shop hopping around the area. Found two really good ones down towards the Morisset area, and just looking for more sort of cheaper camping gear, more hardware than anything that I can use while I'm out carside camping, solo camping. Two of the things I was looking for in particular were a fridge stand and a clothing, like a bag that I could use for clothes, or possibly a decent sized bag that I could put my solar panels in. Recently set up a 65 amp hour King's battery box, the compact battery box with a 25 amp DC charger, and coupled that with 120 amp folding solar blanket. I've got to go and get a shunt and sort of digital Bluetooth display, and just see how much variance and voltage and amps I'm getting out of that solar blanket. But judging by what I'm reading, I'm not going to expect a hell of a lot, but it should be enough to keep carside camping, shoestring budget camping going for 4 to 5 days with a good amount of light on those panels. So coupled with the two 24 amp hour power banks, I will have in excess of 100 amp hours to get me through for those longer trips. But yeah, just trying to keep it as basic as possible. So yeah, I went looking for, through Marketplace in particular, I was looking for either a bag that I could use for clothes and toiletries if I'm going to one of those donation camps, particularly up around Liverpool Plains, where I tend to find myself going the most. I really love that area. Bit of a drive, two and a half hours, two and a bit hours to get there, set up, but staying for 3 to 4 days, that's not a problem at all. So yeah, it was either find a bag. At the moment I'm using the King's clear top bags. They're the pantry bags, the medium sized ones. They're fine for clothing. I find that they're working quite well, easy to carry, with a set of shorts and a shirt and clean underwear, or a pair of long pants and jumper, hoodie, whatever you might be around using in that sort of season. So they're working fine. So the aim was to go and find on Marketplace a fridge stand and a bag that I could use for the solar panels. The little 70 amp one that I've got, that I normally charge my 24 amp hour power packs with, and don't get me wrong, I've been getting plenty of time out of those. I'm getting 3 days of camping out of that, with phone chargers, lights, and the 30 litre escape fridge hooked up to it. So no problems there, running the camp off of 2 of those. So adding a 65 amp hour battery to the kit, relatively cheap to do. It's going to allow me to just probably spend an extra couple of days out there and not have to worry about power supply. So yeah, I found some op shops that I decided to go hunting through, and believe it or not, I found two of the things that I was actually looking for. One with a fridge stand and a bag, and I was quite chuffed with the amount of money that I spent on these. Now, bearing in mind, if I wanted to go buy something like this brand new that was going to last, particularly the bag, coupled with the fridge stand, we're probably getting close to spending $200 on something like that. I'll do the fridge stand first, talk about what we paid for it, and go from there. So I have the spreader bar that goes in the middle of this setup. It's a folding companion. Now these retail between $49.95 to depending where you buy them, $69 or something like that. So it's a companion brand, adjustable legs, which baffled me a little bit. Why would you only have one adjustable leg? But playing around with it before, I worked out that any uneven ground, you normally only need one adjustable leg to get a flat surface going, unless you're on a really silly hill or something like that. So we'll get this unfolded. Two quick release buttons on either side, or one on either side, completing two. Locks that into place. Now the aim of this too was, if I was going to pay full price for a new one or get one off Marketplace anywhere between $20 to $30 second hand, but I want to be able to use this if I need to pull the fridge out of the vehicle, out of the canopy, or where it lives at the moment is in my back seat. When it's not being used on the camping trips, it's obviously here in the garage, and it's getting switched on every now and then to make sure that it stays conditioned and so forth. So I'll also, if I need to use it for the fridge, I can do that. If I'm not using it for the fridge in the cooler weather, and I'm solo, I can set this up as like a tabletop. So it opens right up, so we can get our sort of our 100 litres, anywhere from a 60 litre up to 100 litres. We've got a wide sort of frame going on there with this, and that'll accommodate, as you can see there, up this way, that'll accommodate a wider fridge, which yeah, it's pretty much needed for the bigger literage fridges. But I've only got a little 30, so the good thing about this is you just pull up these stirrups at the side, and there's two little pins on the side of those stirrups, one on either side. Just get this one up out of the way. They lock into these pins here on the side, and that gives you a smaller base. I'm trouble with this camera. There you go. A smaller base to use for those smaller fridges. That in turn, I've managed to find something that I can use with this fridge stand, and that was an old lid off of another fridge that I picked up. I tried to repair it, but I don't think it had a issue with the motherboard or the thermistor. I think it was a compressor issue, and I wasn't going to muck around chasing parts or trying to get it fixed up. So I salvaged the lid off it. That lid actually fits quite nicely on there. So I've got myself a little tabletop that I can just quickly yank out of the canopy of the Forby, set it up quite easily. Look, that'll pack into the canopy nice and tight. That's not going to take up a hell of a lot of room. It'll sit on top of something. It can sit down beside something when I've got the canopy stacked. There's always plenty of room in the canopy. There's also room behind the passenger and driver's seats if I need to store it down there too. So that spreader bar just goes in the middle here, give it a bit of extra support. I couldn't pass this up for the price, so when I say I saved a hell of a lot of money just waiting off a bit, and as soon as I seen it I thought, nah, I've got to have that. $4 cost me $4 for that fridge stand, and I can use it for a variety of different things. So a fridge stand, I can use it for a tabletop, or you could throw that tabletop on there. These are pretty much made out of the same material, and probably would have the same weight rating as a camp chair. Throw that tabletop on there, and you can even use it as a stool, or like a bench seat. No problems at all. So it's got 3 uses. So we can use that for a variety of different things. Most of the time it probably would be used as just a table or a bench seat, and maybe every now and then, particularly in the hot weather, if I get a chance to get out into the hot weather. At the moment, torrential rain and high winds is what stopped me from getting out there recently, so I've just held off, but we might get there this weekend. $4, can't pass it up. So it definitely it pays to sort of venture into your op shops and your reuse recycle centres. We've got one here in Newcastle as well, actually in Sandgate, and they're currently selling. And they had some of these Jolly Swagman swags, and there's some Kings one. There was a couple other brand swags that they had at this recycle centre where they were chasing 50, 60, 70. One of them was $150, and I went in there just the other week and they had all their swags at $30, and which is still a reasonable price. But I've been lucky. I surf Marketplace all the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, a double, or a double Jolly Swagman swag. I picked up actually roadside, that one, and it was hardly used, barely used. And then I've got the single there, which I picked up with Marketplace for free. Just had one little hole in it. I don't know how, but I've managed to patch up. But it was actually at the bottom of the swag. But yeah, just goes to show if you hunt hard enough, you find things either free or quite cheap. So yeah, and certainly nothing wrong with that swag either. I mean, for $4, you're not going to leave that there on the shelf. You're certainly going to pick it up because it's got multiple uses. So that's one of the things you need to look at when you go camping, is make sure that the things you pack in there are going to be worth their while having them in there, taking up space, and particularly if you've got multiple uses. 3 uses out of that fridge stand, but you can't use them for all 3 at the same time. But hey, it is what it is. The second one, which really sort of blew me away when I found it. Now this was sort of, they had a shelf that was stacked with, like your sports bags, your duffel bags. There was bags there for cooler bags, guitar bags. There's bags for everything. Golf club, cheaper sort of, not like your proper competition grade golf bags, but sort of sling shoulder bags that hold just a couple of clubs if you might be just going to a driving range. Lots of difference. But this particular shop had all your knickknacks, but it had a lot of good stuff as well, tools and boxes of screws and containers of screws, lots of different stuff there, and really, really well priced. Their aim is to get as much stuff through the door and then as much stuff back out the door as quickly as possible, and they do have a massive turnover. So it was this Boxing Kangaroo brand, established 1972, leather and canvas bag. Now, I brought this on a whim. I was never going to use it. When I seen it, I picked it up and I looked at what actual brand it was and how well it's made. I really wanted it to be able to fit my solar panels in it. If it didn't fit the solar panels, then it's still going to be able to be used as a clothing bag. Toiletry bag could also be used to carry stuff like that. I might still do that, but the 120 amp solar blanket, it doesn't actually come with its own bag. You can purchase those sorts of bags from Kings, but I didn't buy it that day anyway. So, but I got it home, and believe it or not, it fits both my 70 amp and my 120 amp in there, no worries. I've got a 6 meter extension lead there for the Anderson solar plug lead. Fits in the front pocket here, which has a couple of buttons. One's coiled up, fits in the pocket there at the front quite nicely, and it's actually a Kakadu Traders Australia brand. So a really good brand, good quality. The lining is all intact. There's no rips or tears in there. The fabric canvas is perfect. Nothing wrong with it at all. Has a shoulder strap. Also has 2 handle straps that attach to the side of the bag, and a clasp that holds those together. So like your sort of your normal luggage bags, has all that as well. I used to have one of these back in the day, which I inherited, and it was more of a backpack style of Kakadu Traders bag. And then you had those hippie type over the shoulder, what they call man bags these days, that you sort of see a lot of hippie type people getting around with. They made those as well. So I couldn't actually find this on the Kakadu Traders website, but anything close to this size and similar were retailing for about $150. So $150 for this if I was to buy it brand new. We're talking close to anywhere between $50 to $60 for the cheapest I could find brand new with the fridge stand, and basically put that together. That's $200 value for something brand new that I purchased second hand. And mind you, these have not seen pretty much any use at all. I'd say, like most things, like the swags and all the other stuff that you see on Marketplace, you've got battery boxes, solar panels, DC chargers. People seem to buy them, they have them for a little while, they might sell the vehicle, pull it out and have it sitting there, and then they'll flog it off, or they upgrade because they want to go to a 40 amp hour DC from a 25 to a 40. So there's lots of those on Marketplace, but just simply waiting and hunting around and just dropping in. I'm lucky I get, because I'm on the road all the time with the mobile detailing business, that I'm able to drop into certain places if I've got a bit of time, have somebody drop in and have a look and hunt around on the shelves for something decent to ever use here at home. But at the moment I'm hunting for things that that are going to serve me well for the camping. I think I've done really well there. $12 for $200 worth of value. So yeah, like I said, a lot of people buying stuff and not even using it, and then either donating it or selling it quite cheap on Marketplace. So I will continue to go into that particular op shop and make sure that anything that catches my eye that is of any use, even if I'm able to upgrade stuff that I've already got with something maybe better, a little bit more compact or something like that, then I'll do so. But yeah, it does really pay to do your Marketplace things. Definitely drop into your op shops. You'd be quite surprised what some of the op shops have these days. Try to stick to the op shops who aren't out to make a huge profit, have a bigger turnover. We know that these days that op shops seem to catch on to things of value, antiques, like pocket knives and stuff that I've seen in the local ones here. They know how much they're worth because they research and they go online and they see what the comp sales are on eBay and other sorts of places like that, what they sell for brand new, and they just take a little bit of money off what they're worth brand new. But these guys that I've discovered, they're not out to make money off of people. They're turning it over quite quickly. $12 in total. $8 I paid for the bag. I don't think I mentioned that, but $8 that. It's got the price tag on it. $8 for that bag. $4 for the fridge stand. $12. $200 worth of value if I wanted to buy it brand new. Can't complain. If you've watched to the end, very much appreciated. I thank you. Remember, subscribe, share, like, do all those things. Hit the bell while you're at it so you get the notifications when the new videos are coming. I wanted to get more videos out than what I've already got out, but yeah, it's either that I'm really busy or I can't. Unfortunately, we just can't turn the weather on and off to suit our spare time, so we go when we can, because of the style of camping that I'm doing as well, and only sort of getting back into it. Got to get more into my comfort zone, then yeah, it makes it a little bit difficult, but getting out there is the main thing, doing things. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Once again, thank you if you watched to the end. Cheers.